Hello everyone and welcome back to the Lenovo LCL 2017 Spring Challenge. What you know. We are your shoutcasters for Game 5. I'm Vulcan and joining with me is
Alpha.
Alpha. So, Alpha, for you, how was Game 4? I mean, there was a lot of intense moment. There was the Darius moment, getting that triple kill, getting the resets. But what are your thoughts on that?
Sobrang ganda ng game na yun. It was a really good fight put up by BU. It's just that the lasting fight this close, like this close.
What do you
Uh,
think went wrong?
I think went wrong was that was a too much investment on CC, too much feeling effect. Because I think it's the pressure in the mind games. Sturban doesn't really use, doesn't really need to use that, Dragon's Rage. You just have to use it, yung Chain of Corruptions, sobrang late din. So if you want to use the Dragon's Rage, sana nag-flash siya or nag-ward jump siya, directing the kick for Daigo na tumama dun sa 4-person sa backline that will really hurt them a lot kasi yung health points ni Darius by that time is sobrang laki na. And dun magbe-base yung bounce back damage ng um, Dragon's Rage. So right now, we are on the drafting phase pero gusto ko muna i-point out ang nanalo sa ating search and win trivia is Owen Acosta. He's a college student and the question is sino yung player na may highest or may good KDA sa game na yan.
So,
And it
what
was
the answer?
BU Rain. Also acceptable din ang answer na si Kazakh, si UPLB
Uh,
is that-
the jungler.
Yeah, the
Well,
jungler.
for congratulations to him for
Yeah,
actually
congratulations for
pinpointing
Owen.
the KDA. So on to the drafting phase. Rice, LeBlanc, Oriana, Ban.
This is a three mid lane ban taken away from Valmir. Really good pinpoint, but Valmir, I think if he can use Oriana and LeBlanc, it means that he can use utility champions. We still have Syndra for an assassin compensation or on meta mage. Still have our Ari. So I'm not really sure why OLFU pushed that too much emphasis on the mid lane. I think understandable ng LeBlanc and Rice. Pero Oriana, I think mas okay na i-give away yun sa BMO Nation. So on the other side naman sa bans ng AMA, BMO Nation daw with Jin, Graves, and Rumble. Rumble.
I mean, top Rumble. It's understandable. I mean, they don't want to deal with the equalizer. That's if you when the ultimate is on the ground, it can cut your escape. It's also good for objective sieging.
Yes.
Like if you want to take control of a dragon pit or a baron pit, if you put the equalizer inside the baron pit or to close the exit where the enemy is contesting, that's gonna be a good set. So I guess AMA banned that towards OLFU, also on the Graves and the Jin. Jin is a constant, powerful ADC in the BGS2, so let's understand the ADC right now. ADC in 2017, it's mostly yung mga poke, parang si Varus,
Yeah.
Jin, Corki.
Sobrang effective din. And right now, you can see the first three picks coming in from OLFU profilers of the unknown. That's Karma, Varus, and Zac. So you have three AoE effects agad. You have the shield, you have the inner flame mantra, you have the slingshot, let's bounce, you have the chain of corruption, and the piercing arrow. So right now, sobrang laki na
Oh.
nai-invest ng OLFU when it comes to team fighting.
Look at that, a Jace hover. If they secure that Jace, also has a decent line in terms of damage, and that would be a lock-in on the Misfortune, so it could be a mid-Karma, Sport, MF, and bot lane Virus. Where in the AMA, they answered that with a Shen instant lock-in. That's actually a confident lock-in, and a hover on the Zed was shown. But of course, we're not guaranteed that's going to
Yeah, of
be a Teemo,
course.
so
And
as
that's
said.
wow, Zed. So we have the two ninjas in Anno Vivo Nation. So Nami, Lucian, Kha'Zix, Shen, and Zed. So a really good pick on the side of BMO Nation. You have the two assassins agad yan. You have the Kha'Zix tsaka Zed. And you have the protection coming in from Nami. Um, Medyo hindi ganun kadami yung games na nakikita natin si Nami pero sobrang effective niya sa lane. Lalo na kung if you're up against Varus and MF, two e-mobile champions to sa bot lane. And knowing na may grievous wounds, it may affect the even flow. Pero the poke and the long range na kayang ibigay ni Bimo as Nami is malaking bagay. So if you're going to use the Let's Bounce Slingshot, meron tayong Tidal Wave and for a very good amount of answer with the Aqua Prison. Caller's Blessing also might affect the power incoming kay RV. So, yung dueling power niya and the mobility from that Relentless Pursuit is malaking bagay yun. So, I think the trades from Greggy and Starboy is...
Yeah, there's also the slow from the Blessing. But I also want to point out, Miss Fortune relies on not being touched during a fight for her to have the passive. But with the ebb and flow, it will bounce.
Yeah.
So that's gonna really help in the laning phase to pick off Greggy on that Misfortune. And in terms of sustaining and lane control, AMA has a good bot lane.
Yeah, and knowing na pag nag-bullet time ka, merong tidal wave. Nakatayo ka lang, so
Yeah,
may
you don't
Ako prison
Oh,
ka.
you don't even need to be in range to cancel the bullet time.
Yeah.
You can just you can just cast your, tidal wave, just make it approach the MF. The MF, if she sees the tidal wave, she can just walk away instead of canceling herself. So it's a really nice utility.
And this is a bold pick coming in from Profilers of the Unknown because Greggy as MF is going to face, and I mean Varus itself also, Starboy, is going to face two assassins, Curse one on the Kazakhs and the mid lane, that's Zed. So I have seen the North American scene with Cloud9 High on that Zed finishing Edge of Night as early as he can. You have the lethality, you have the damage from Zed, and you have the protection, and you can go back into your shadow once you have the Edge of Night.
So was that a mid lane Zed?
Yes, that was
okay, so that's why he picked up the lethality that gave
Yeah.
magic resistance, not instead of a Yomu's Ghost Blade.
Yes. So he opted, or that, or a possibility that you go for the Yomu's Blade first, and then Edge of Night. So there's no definite item order from Zed as long as you can maximize his skills because of his shadow. So yung, tsaka yung Death Mark mismo nakaka-add yun ng AD sa kanya. So, hindi mo gugustuhin na magkaroon siya ng too much damage. Pero right now, he's going to face Karma. I'm expecting a Hex Drinker as second item. And then third item, may a possible Edge of Night. Yomus, Hex Drinker, and Edge of
So guys, we are now live on the Rift. Game 5, second to the last. This is OLFU versus AMA. OLFU is like, you know where OLFU stands. They are a constant threat. They have been in the qualifiers, and they're actually almost identical, basically the same with TIP. It's always a matchup. They've always been fighting for it. And now let's see how AMA will deal against OLFU because they were the champions in the previous splits. But now TIP has taken that. So that is why it's called reclamation. It's for them to reclaim the throne.
And what's funny is that I'm not really sure if TIP Hanzo is playing. New name is Master. So
let's see. I mean, will OLFU reclaim this throne? Will they be able to, take back what's theirs? What was previously theirs? And let's see in the game right now. Zed against the Karma, like what you said, Alpha. A tricky matchup. I mean, Karma will have harder time landing those skill shots because of Zed high mobility.
And they can just use the poke coming in from that, make it rain on the bot lane, but you need to respect that even flow. And also that the mid lane nga, as what you pointed, si Zed kasi, pwede niya i-outplay yung Tether with that Death Mark. He can outplay that Mantra Inner Flame. So, ang daming pwedeng gawin ng Zed na to. Use the Shadow as a utility power and dodge skills. So, kumbaga, bira lang naman yung may dodge power sa atin dito sa League of Legends. And Zed is one with that Death Mark Shadow.
But, I mean, if Calmod plays it right, he predicts the position of the shot.
Proper timing.
Yeah, proper timing. It's about, this is a skill match. And how well you are mechanically, how well are you equipped with your skill sets, predictions will account in shutting down Zed. Because we all know that. But Zed in the mid lane, we can always assume that he's going to be very mobile against the Karma.
Yes, so right now you can see this Curse one and Extra Rise.
Oh, should he engage knowing that it's full HP, but he can't because there's the respawn for the mid lane. He's there, he's low. Thunder will fully channel the first blood, but here comes the passive sustaining him. Valnir in a sticky situation will back away. No summoners have been spent for him for now.
Oh my, Valnir. And first one is on the wrong side of the map.
Yeah,
Go.
Curse one, why? Why did you go into the Zac knowing that there's a passive? And
And
knowing that Calmot responded very quickly to his aid.
so, yeah, ang point kasi dun with Curse One is, why fight for a Scuttler? Yun lang yun eh. Why fight for a Scuttler knowing na Kha'Zix ka? I think he was confident enough and that's a bad call for now.
Yeah, but
And
it's just goes to show that you can't really be,
Slingshot
know,
once again
you
with the
can't
ninja.
just risk something so little all in. We saw that in the previous game. Let's hope they don't repeat the same mistake. Little things that do not matter in the game. They should not put a high priority on that. Giving your first blood to Calmon is gonna help him itemize very early on in the game. But now here comes the gank by Curse One.
Oh,
A
the
bit
nether.
delayed, should not commit. Look at Valier, he's dangerously low, and Calmon has the blue buff and the red buff.
Yeah, I'm not really sure why Curse One is once again trying to trigger early ganks.
Calmot in the mid
It's
lane with
yeah.
Karma.
Yeah, Kalmot on the mid lane is really good on that utility power. He has to protect himself. Pero i-consider pa rin kasi natin doon yung ang problema lang din kasi kay Curse One is Kha'Zix in this part of early game, hindi siya totally maganda ipanggang unlike Lee Sin. So, what can you do is just wait for proper itemization muna and then trust the side lanes. Hindi tumatama yung yung taunt ni Shen once na nandun siya tulad nung nasa game 1. Kumbaga pumipili siya ng jungler na mostly nagre-rely muna sa farm bago sa kill. So
That's
it's not
true. That's
really
very true.
it's not really a good idea to gank this early. Lalo na kung napatay ka early game. Ano na lang yung madadala mong damage if you're down. Pero yun nga.
Oh man, that slingshot is something you really have to watch out for. No matter how much more you place in the river, that's Zac with a slingshot. Very long range. Sir bypasses the vision that AMA is desperately putting onto the river. Let's see how they play it out. It's 1-0, not much of a lead for anyone, but I can't say the same for the mid laner with 1 kill in the bag with 46 CS compared to the Zed. A long sword and a refueling potion. Sorry, I'm not sure if he wants to go for that. Maybe 3 pots would have been better for him to sustain better.
Yeah.
But getting that, of course, he saves money. But look at that. Right now, he's actually paying the price for that.
Yeah, you just have, you only have 2 charges. So it means that if you have that short sword plus the 3 health potions,
Longer sustain. I mean, the heal
Longer
is
sustain.
also better. The pot itself has a better heal than the refueling potion.
Yes.
So, yeah, that's and you don't want to leave your lane this early in the phase while Karma gets more and more CS, has an advantage over you.
yeah, and right now Valnir is being pushed out that far in the lane. And possible loss of CS dahil sa wave pushing niya. So, talagang ang teams natin ngayon taking it slow lang. Medyo chill out compared sa ibang games.
Oh, look at that.
Whoa,
That slingshot over the wall on the side of the brush
Wow.
of the turret. Here comes the Stan United. Nice death mark. That is a nice re-engage by AMA with the Stan United on the Shen. They were able to secure the kill onto Trey Rice?
Extra rice.
Extra Rice.
So, wow.
That's actually a nice thing. I mean,
Everyone's love rice.
and besides that, I mean, did you see that re-engage of that engage of that Zac on the side of the turret, knowing that there was a control ward? Of course, the
Yeah.
ward was disabled. He
Yes.
didn't know there was a Zac. That was a really good engage, but a great response from AMA with the stand.
Yeah, and once nung nakas ng Stand United, really good play from Valnir na hindi siya nagdalawang isip mag-flash at saka mag-death mark. Isipin mo, kahit despite ng low health niya, na pag nawala yung Stand United, pwedeng siyang ma-burst ng Mantra Inner Flame. Pero ang ginawa niya, bumalik agad siya sa shadow niya, takes the kill, and added up the 80 damage in the hands
Yeah.
of the mid lane.
Yeah, the death mark was a nice engaging tool because when a team fight happens, let's say they kill
Yeah.
Zed goes all in into the squishy target with the Stan United. If he times it right, Shen will be the middle of that,
Yeah.
taunting everyone. So that
And
is
he can just pull himself back on that shadow, on this arch shadow. So Okay, a W shadow niya, changing his position and then micro, someone goes back with the R, picking off with a solid play.
So that's something OLFU has to watch out for.
Yeah,
AMA, they're making a really nice response. Clearly, a different AMA we've seen in the previous game,
yeah.
showing what they've got. They got it. The mid laner got the kill. I mean, let's see how they itemize.
Ooh, okay, this is really bad. Easy has no mana and Lola goes head to head with him. Rami Cinder's doing the DPS, but not enough to finish someone. And the typical story of the top lane.
I think Easy can, sustain himself because when you're in the Mercurial Hammer stance, you gain mana from the passive. So let's hope that Easy uses properly. And when you play a Jace, it's how you conserve your mana. It's all about mana. I mean, you have a lot of damage in you, but it's about switching between those stances.
And yeah, knowing na yung damage na, oh, bullet time has been used and the chain of corruption is on cooldown. Also, the calling in trade. Yeah, going back on that one. Sinabi mo nga na si Jace gets mana, pero right now, hindi rin good idea talaga na magsunog siya ng mana kahit si Mercury Hammers meron dahil wala man lang siyang Tear of the Goddess. But
that's something they have to watch out for. But Extra Rise spotting Curse One, he disengages with the slingshot. But going what happened in the bot lane, clearly that was a chain of corruption. That would
bullet time without any fear damage,
that would have
man.
been a fight OLFU would have wanted. But that flash by the illusion, clearly that was something they didn't account for. So the Nami was left unharmed. It was the illusion with the calling that made them back away.
Yeah, pero yun nga, hindi kasi enough yung damage mo to finish that kind of play. So it's quite bad na nag-initiate ka ng ganun. Sana kung meron pang added CC like Slingshot or Let's Bounce, that's a kill. Pero sobrang baba pa ng damage nyo. Kahit nga BF Sword, wala si kasi Dirt nga, kasi you almost Blade. So sana kahit yung Warhammer man lang, tsaka sa rated Dirt, it will be a big factor for them to kill someone. Or kung yung or kasing haba ng Ash stun yung hold doon, siguro possible pa, pero for that kind of range malapit sa Torre and then the flash has been used, medyo it's a wasted ult for both of them.
Look at that, Kalman has that blue buff, so when he pokes in it, he'll really sustain himself, plus picking up an early Armseeker's guard, obviously that's going to be a zone, yes, an instant counter item for Zed's death mark.
Yeah. Really good counter item, pero there's a possibility na kasama sa lineup ng itemization ni Zed is yung Last Whisper. So there's a possibility that he can tore someone down before, or dapat bago mabuo tong mismong Zonias is makadami na ng kill si Valnir.
Yeah.
But he is really respecting the exhaust.
Yeah, but also there's the exhaust too, and the Zonias is something that mages pick up if they feel like they're going to be bursted down instantly. So even if Zed has Last Whipper or any lethality, he won't be able to do much in the mid lane if the Zonius has been popped. And in the top lane, Easy really testing his luck. He should not really, I think he's a bit too comfortable there.
Oh, here comes
Knowing
another
that,
fight in the bot lane.
knowing that Shen doesn't deal any damage, didn't respect that, giving a kill, and losing the trade. He keeps losing the trade actually.
Yeah. I'm not really sure why Easy is not taking it easy. Because this is a Shen, like kahit sabihin mong 24 hours kayo magbakbakan kung naka-up yung W niya, if I'm not mistaken. Really, it hurts them a lot na may trade kang nagagawa pero hindi niya na-absorb yung damage. So,
oh, here comes the re-engage for Extra Rise. Kalman is negative low. He's in kill range. Kurzweil is chasing him down. But here is the shot. Bullet ray from Greggy to slow him down. And now, Extra Rise all alone.
Oh, wow.
Can't miss. Here comes the sword. Oh, no. What's he gonna do? He's gonna die. There's the passive. Kurzweil is actually in a weird position. Did not expect the passive, but still, Extra Rise will be taken down. But at the cost of Lola and Kurzweil in dangerously low health, they still offer a dragon, knowing that Extra Rise is gone, same as ready.
wow, good play coming in from AMA. Good decision making.
Oh man, look at that, they're struggling with the Ocean Drake, knowing that Starboy has that piercing arrow, but still commits to it, giving them the first Ocean Drake of the game.
Yeah, so it is a good play coming in from BMO Nation to pull the trigger. Although hindi tumama yung shadow dash ni Shen, malaking bagay pa rin yun. And yun yung Spirit's Refuge niya kasi yung isang malaking advantage niya against the Jace. Kaya I'm not really sure why Easy's not not really respecting it sa pakikipag-duel mo sa top lane na Shen. And knowing na nakikipaglaban ka sa may energy, anytime na pwede siyang may paglaban is fire.
Man, look at that AMA picking up 4 kills for them with a gold lead of actually they're behind in gold lead even though they have more kills. So to all the viewers out there, no matter how much kills you have, that does not mean you have an advantage. Look
Yeah.
at the why do they have a gold lead? We can go straight to the CS and plus the first turret. OLFU has taken the first turret. That helped them having
Yeah.
an advantage over them.
Yeah, and oh yeah, it's an advantage na may kills kayo. Pero this is a global call. It means everyone's investing.
Yeah, look at
So,
that.
mid-game,
Look at Starboy CS compared to RV's, CS. 98 to 133.
yeah.
Clearly, there's a bit of a gap in CSing for AMA's ADC. Let's
Oh,
see who
wow.
actually has the advantage. But in the bot lane, BMO with the Aqua Prison giving the kill to himself. But
there's
the full
too
time
much
is out.
bullet
The
time.
turret won't finish him up. Here comes Kha'Zix. Let's see what's gonna happen. We'll die for this. Greggy is low. It's going to be Zed and Kha'Zix on to Greggy. Slaying him and now extra right. Dancing away from the damage,
Whoa.
burning his splash. That would be a play for AMA, securing 2 kills.
Wow. Really good game. We are witnessing the aggression coming in from AMA, pulling the trigger on that one. Ilan yung investment nila? 4 man. Para lang ma-secure yung kill. And right now, Easy.
I mean, the bot, they look at that. They take another turret. They got the 2 squishies. That is a good trade. Good rotation for MA. And look at the mid lane. Kalma trying to salvage what happened in the bot lane by pushing that mid lane outer turret. But Easy really delayed the time with that rep buff. So that would be a safe escape for him. Let's see how Ultra will play it out.
Yeah. Once again, Easy is invading the jungle. Pag nagkataon na alam ni Lolang walang tao doon, he can just single-handedly take again Easy. Kasi low na naman yung mana niya. Naka-Mercury Hammer siya, pero still that's a Shen. Meron pa siyang key barrier. So napakalaking advantage talaga ni Lola and naka-Sunfire na siya. Although meron ng Black Cleaver, but the DPS coming in or the magic damage from Shen itself, you should really respect that. So, nangyari naman sa bot lane kanina, Valnir really confident of pulling the Death Mark against Extra Rice. Pero alam mo kasing merong Colossal na nagamit para masalo yung initial damage nung ENQ. So, not really finishing Extra Rice. Oh, wow! The damage!
Face check to your death! Burst! Starboy will be taking down.
Wow, another one!
That is something that you shouldn't do. Face checking, knowing that there are
Oh,
two
wow.
assassins on AMA's side with Greggy and Starboy down again. This will give AMA a prompt for their outer mid lane turret of OLFU.
So I think AMA, ito na yung what matters most.
Re-engaging with the Saint Shell, Vanya takes the damage, but here
Oh
comes the re-engage,
my.
the Death Mark. Oh, there
Oh.
is the stun from Lola on to Kalmon. He pops the Zonius, but he still gets taken down, giving Vanir that rampage kill.
Wow, good play once again from BMO Nation, and that's an overstay play coming in from OLFU Profilers of the Unknown. Hindi ko talaga sure yung range nila na pagde-defend ng turret. It's quite questionable na
Yeah.
knowing that the squad is complete.
I don't get why OLFU stayed, knowing that there's a Zac. Knowing that there's a Zac. Of course, you have a Zac, but that's not going to do much in
Yeah.
defending a turret. And look at what AMA has. They have a Shen and a Kha'Zix and a Zed. That Zac won't even last much because look at that. Zed has the Yuma's Ghost Blade. Might go for a Cleaver next in response to the tankiness or wants the cooldown reduction and health. But let's see how it plays out.
So yeah, Valnir right now is rolling on the 4-0 to complete, already completed the Yomu's Ghost Blade, Impossible Black Cleaver with that mage in his hands. Pero if I were Valnir, kasi wala naman ng tanky bukod kay Zap. So, But ka pa
Brutality.
mag-Black Cleaver, it's quite too much. Overkill na, so sana Edge of Night na lang to avoid the Chain Corruptions or the Tether or the Let's
That's
Bounce itself para mas safely niya makuha yung carries. Kasi kahit naman tanggalin mo si Miss Fortune as unless nakasa niyo yung bullet time or makapag-make it rain siya, makakatulong pa rin yun for O2. Pero losing another comrade or making a 4 versus 5, that's what AMA can do with that death mark and the assassination from Kha'Zix itself.
clearly a game that AMA is wanting to win. You can see their rotations, their determinations to defeat OLFU. And now I'm not sure how OLFU will respond to this. Look at that. A gold lead of 3,000 is not too much to say that, but 2 turrets and a Drake on the hands of AMA. OLFU has to step it up.
Yeah, and it's funny that the golden advantage kanina is nasa kamay ng O2 pero right now dahil sa sunod-sunod na turret and kills is sobrang binigay na nila kasi kanina may gold advantage pa eh. Pero dahil dito, wala na. Mas lalong lumayo yung chance na maka-bounce back sila dahil pati yung gold is napunta na sa side ng AMA. And another thing is that this will be the second ocean break in the hands of AMA. So yung regeneration, kahit sabi mong Varus ka, mag-poke ka na mag-poke. And may Jace kang kasama. Kung may oras kami para mag-regen, mag-rotate sa ibang part ng mapa, it will really help a lot. And if there is refuge trying to protect himself plus the key barrier, makikita mo talaga na kaya ni Shen may pag-single out.
Yeah, and not to mention the 2 Ocean Drake, if they ever get the 3rd stack on that, AMA will be close to
Yeah.
being immortal in a fight. I mean, they will have crazy sustain, but I'm not sure with the bulk of the virus, if they're able to, if they cannot finish up AMA's, hard carries, that Ocean Drake is gonna help them, really re-engage the fight.
Yeah.
It's gonna be really beneficial for them. I'm not sure if OLFU should give up any more Drakes. They should at least salvage maybe the Cloud Drake for them to rotate faster. And now AME and the territory
The assassins just roaming around trying to this one go. Oh wow.
of OLFU, not clear. I mean, clearly the itemization of the Z, Black Cleaver finished off. Let's see what's gonna
He's
build
really
next.
wanted to finish that. Pero sana, yung maging third item niya, it's either Hex Drinker or Edge of Night. Kasi kailangan niya rin ng survivability from assassinating someone. Kasi parang overconfidence na yung pagda-damage niya. I can burst someone eh. Like, sobrang respect niya na kaya niya. Pero sana kayanin niya yun na mag-survivability item na lang after.
Me, I would actually go for not Hex Drinker. I would go for the Edge of Night. The Karma, look at that. Zonias, 2 Dorans. And that's almost it. Not much damage coming from the Karma.
yeah.
So why bother a Hex Drinker where you can get a
Oh, yeah.
lethality item with a magic resistance? That would be Edge of the Night. More powerful. Plus the spell shield.
Yeah.
It's gonna benefit
Yung
him.
investment nga
Yeah.
pala ni Karma or ni we call this
To the-
Kalmot is
Yeah.
napunta na sa Zonias defensively. Ang problema naman doon, after picking up that Zonias, sinabi ni Valnir na ayoko na sa'yo kasi may Zonias ka na. That's the time he's going to target those less fortunate pagdating sa gold, which is si Greggy. Even Starboy kasi kaya niya eh, with a few Razor Shuriken and Shadow Slash. Pag nasalo niya na ng buo yun, Deathmark will proc, added AD na naman, then proceed rinse and repeat lang para kay Valnir.
And not to mention the bot lane of OLFU 0203. That is something that you don't want to see in any of your games. So right now, clearly the rotation is in favor of AMA, which is then picking up easy kills from the bot lane. There were the 4-man gangs, even 3-man gangs in the bot lane. And now first one, he engaging the fight. Here comes the tidal wave. They knocked it up, slowing them down, but the chase damage is there. The blue time is also there. Greggy gets the kill. The curse one, he over-committed. What was happening in the backline? You could see that BMO and RV, they weren't even going near. They wanted to, stay and push. Not to mention, they didn't commit to the fight fully.
And yeah, knowing also that Easy was able to zone them with with the empowered shock blast, sobrang laking bagay nun para magdalawang isip na pumasok ang other comrades ni Curse One.
And now, look at that. OLFU securing their up lane top turret.
Yeah.
That's going to be on AMA for securing the third turret for them. OLFU's top turret is gone. What does that mean? It gives AMA more roaming space for the Baron pit. So that's going to help them seize objectives more. So right now, it's not about, how much kills you have. When you take down a turret, that's global goal. Why even just focus on kills for yourself, or you could just take down turrets to give your teammates a global goal. That's gonna give a bigger lead in, team fights where they get the items they want.
Yeah, sobrang kailangan kasi rin nila yun. Pero yun nga, wow, the
Why,
damage.
why would you face check? Face checking when there are two
Oh
assassins.
my
Look at that.
God.
Valier is unstoppable. Face checking when there's two assassins is something OLFU shouldn't even try. And with easy down. This is like a giveaway Baron. This is
and
easy.
Kanina pala, Vulcan, I think that nung fight sa mid lane, nung na-pick off si first one, wala si Valnir doon. So yung solid na assassination, wala pa rin. Kumbaga si Curse 1 is lacking pa rin ng damage power while Valnir is here. Pero ayan na ang teams ng Po2. Oh my God, catching
bullet
the
time
Baron.
onto Bimo. He does nothing, and that Curse One is in front of MF. That's the price to pay for, underestimating your opponent. And now look at that. In the middle of everything, Lola.
Oh, double kill.
Lola is fighting for his life. And what happened there? There was a piercing arrow that secured the kill. That's something that the AMA did not see coming. I mean, OLFU, they re-engaged the Baron fight. AMA, in my opinion, they should have finished the Baron.
Yeah,
I mean,
they
why?
should have finished the
They should have
Baron
just
and
finished
just
the
go
Baron. The
over
Baron
the
was just
wall.
like 5k HP. Why not finish it off already?
Like, look at that.
3k HP pala
The
yung Baron.
priorities coming in from that one. The chain of corruption connected plus the bullet time. Pero sobrang hindi lang maganda yung spot ni Greggy. If itinuro na yun on the farthest left side, mas makakatulong yun to take down RV and Valnir easily. Kaso ginamit niya sa single person dun sa chain of corruption. The snipe was great coming in from Starboy. I think he just wanted to check the try-brush. Pero yun nga,
Yeah.
another brush play again kay Valnir.
Yeah, what was Starboy thinking? Thinking that he could out-damage a Zed? I mean, he just used the piercing arrow. Why
Yeah.
would he even face check a Zed?
Yeah, like parang it's too much to go explore the places
That is
knowing
called-
na yung support mo wala sa'yo.
You know what that's called, Alpha? That's called greed.
Uh,
Right? They should have salvaged the
Greedy.
fight. But kudos to OLFU stopping the Baron.
Yeah.
That if they gave the Baron to AMA,
Wow, another kill.
what's happened there?
I think he got bursted down since he's all alone.
Why he's all alone?
I'm not
0-3 with a Black Cleaver and a Blade of the Ruin King on a Jace.
Blade of the Ruin King on
On a
a
Jace.
Jace.
I'm not sure what to think of that, but let's go to the Cloud Drake. And now AMA securing the third Drake. OLFU has none. Should they give it away? They have no choice. They can't do anything. With Easy down again. I think I see a pattern. When Easy is gone, AMA goes straight to the Baron. Wherever Easy is, that will always rotate to an
Well,
objective.
I think he used the Blade of the Ruin King against Lola, but it's not
Why?
his. I'd rather opt for a Last Whisper.
Yeah. Why
You
would-
have the Black Cleaver already.
Yeah, why would you give a Blade of the Rookie? You would have went for a Yoma's Ghost Blade or a Last Whisper.
And this is not totally a health type champion. This is an armor type champion. So basically, yeah, not really sure why, pero it's quite questionable and interesting na sana nag-up na lang siya sa ibang items.
Does he think that Jace is an attack speed champion? I don't think so. Jace is a poke champion that
Yes.
relies on armor penetration. Let's hope that OLFU will itemize smarter next time. We're picking up the series dessert, a nice pickup
Yes.
towards a Yoma's Ghost Blade or whatever he feels like getting, but I really recommend a Yoma's Ghost Blade for a Jace next bat, maybe a Last Whisper to shred the line. I mean, if Easy lands those Empower Shock Plus at the right time and hits the right target, that will scare away AMA's advance.
Yeah, I can go ahead and also use the Executioner's Calling for the Shock Blast because whenever you hit the Shock Blast itself, magpaproc
yes.
yung Grievous Wounds.
Yes.
And ang next na gagawin pag tinamaan ka ng Poe, si Bimo is gagamitin ng Event Flow. And you also have the Grievous Wounds from MF mismo, pero that was too much. Pero yun nga,
Oh.
mukhang gagana ang kanyang Ruin King ah.
That
Wow.
is something, that was actually, Lola actually wasted a flash there. He didn't need to flash away. Let's see what happens in the mid lane. AMA taking their time to push it slowly, but If they do it too slow, that virus is gonna catch up. Look at the end of the night, Young's Ghost Blade plus a pickaxe might go for a last whisper. Right now, I think the virus is dealing the most damage.
Oh.
Getting corruption onto RB. That would be an easy kill. But it's this. RB gets away with the stun united plus the heal.
Oh.
Jerry, what are you doing? There's a team fight onto the mid lane, giving Talmir an easy kill. What is he doing, knowing that there's a team fight?
Yeah, the assassin against the most likely a team fight champion. Well, it's not really good. It's not a good idea to go head to head with Valnier in this kind of situation.
Slingshot, a bit too close. RB was able to slice the stun, and now extra rise in an awkward place, an awkward time, disengages the fight of AMA.
Well, I really love how RB using this Lucian. Although it was a surprise, nahuli siya ng Chain of Corruption. Pero once he got out, sobrang ganda ng combos na nabibigay niya with that Relentless Pursuit, auto attack reset.
Look at the pressure that Valnier is giving. Great pressure in
Yeah.
top lane. And right
Because
now,
you know he can duel
yeah,
someone, so
he can
he can
do it.
just go all alone rather than easy going alone. But you know he's not enough.
0 deaths, 7-0. The next kill would be a legendary streak. And I think Easy would be the one to give it again. Because Easy, the reason why he's always alone, he has to farm.
Yeah,
he's
he
very
has to.
behind in itemization. That Blade of the Ruined King is showing that when that pickup is really showing how it's back on the base. Instead of a Blade of the Ruined King, maybe a Young's Ghost Blade, he would have enough
Yeah,
items for that.
he can just go ahead and run plus the gate itself. So another movement speed or utility for him to survive. Siguro nga mukhang hindi ka makaka-survive, damage ang Young's Ghost Blade, pero sobrang laking bagay na nabibigay na movement speed nun. Right now, AMA trying against Baron, pero
That is,
respecting.
yeah, that's their second attempt. So
I
they're
can
really.
see something.
Oh, here's the link, guys. Type it in. Be
The
first one
search
to
engine
answer.
trivia is up now, guys. So, pauna na. You can win awesome items. Pero, oh, wow.
What did I say, Alpha? Easy would be the one to give him the legendary streak. Easy kill.
Wow.
8-0 right now. Clearly, the pressure is showing that Valnier has that strong presence. His eyes are onto that Jace. Does not want the Jace to come back from the, last place. If you see an opponent that is last place, would you let it farm? No, you
No.
shut it down. You prevent the from
Oh,
reaching.
this is a bad idea. Oh,
The tidal wave denying extra resistance. Engage with the slingshot. Here comes the Stun United. It's a 4-on-4 team fight. But where is Valnier in the bot lane? Piercing arrow trying to delete Bimo. Won't do much. He has the ebb and flow.
Grabe, sobrang hindi ng positioning nila. Pero right now, you can see on the top of me is still trying to siege, but the piercing
That's
arrow is
pretty
everywhere.
close.
Oh, wow.
Did you see that? Curse one leap. When he leaped, he got hit by the piercing arrow. That would have been a funny play, but he survived. Also, Bimo blinking. When you blink, when you're watching a game and you see someone that's blinking red, you know what that means? Kill range.
Yeah.
So that's something that players themselves have to watch out for. And right now, Bimo, seeing that, he backs away. This might be AMA's, way of saying that they don't want to give OLFU
Yeah.
any opportunity to come back.
Yeah, of course, if I'm AMA BMO, you're facing a former champion and, a contender in this conference. So, AMA. So, ito na yung time kasi nila na
Man, look at that. Titanic
does
Hydra.
make it when it matters. So,
Make
dapat
it when it
make it
matters.
matters. Ito na yun. So, this time, I think BMO Nation, pero Valnier really abusing the power of the Z Assassin, owning the jungle or the side lanes. So,
I
really
think-
waiting for an isolated. Parang siya pa yung ngayong
Yeah.
Kha'Zix eh. Parang
Yeah.
siya yung nag-aantay na isolated target.
I think the Shen is dealing more damage than that Jace with that Titanic Hydra. That Titanic Hydra works like the good old Atlas. But here comes the team
Oh.
fight. Valnier assassinating Calmon, pops the Zonius, delay his death. Valnier is still sticking around, kills him, and now the Chain of
Oh,
Corruption.
wow.
3-man Chain of Corruption and the bullet time. Valnier escapes with a pinch of his health. Here comes the re-engage. Stan United on the first one. They want to assassinate Extra Rice, missing that slingshot. Members are slow. The gate is on. Why is the gate there? Does he want to hit a wall? I mean, the gate should have been towards the red side to poke down the people. I don't know what the gate that was.
Yeah, I'm not really sure also what happened on that one, but once again, Valdir was able to survive, staying healthy. I
Uh,
mean, staying on that zero death.
a gate to the wall. That's weird. But that was actually a risky fight for AMA.
Yeah, that was
That
a
was
risky
really
fight.
risky. And
The
Val,
choke point
yeah, that was a
itself.
choke point. And the bullet time, great job by Greggy for the bullet time.
Yeah.
Clearly, clearly shooing away that pesky
And
Zed.
even the chain of corruption,
Yeah,
like
man.
it has been
Spot on.
maximized,
Yeah.
spot on. Was able to hug all the, or he was able to change target or leap into the other
Star,
champions.
yeah, Starboy and Greggy, they have good synergy. I mean, the chain of corruption lands, you can do the bullet
Yeah,
time,
and
make them squirm around. Great, on point. It was what was lacking there was the damage needed
itself.
from EC.
Yun yung nawala kasi sa kanila nung early game. Di ba, sobrang hindi ganun kaganda yung score nila. But still right now, they already have the score. They have the average damage, but it's not as huge damage na gugustuhin or mapapakinabangan mo sa ganung choke point.
And look at how OLFU is moving right now. Constantly going to the Baron pit, clearing out vision. That is what you do. When the Baron is live, you have to keep checking the Baron pit, and that is what OLFU is doing. Great job for them for trying to achieve that vision control.
Yes, and right now, here you can see
This might
Extra
be an
Rise.
engage. Oh no, Extra Rise just loading out the enemy. But what's Valier doing? Plus Lola on the bot lane. Top lane being pressured. OLFU has to play it safe. And playing it safe and smart. Should they fall for the pressure? Ooh. Oh, look at that calling. Just shredding the health. Melting them off with 3 members on the mid
Oh
lane.
wow! Stand United
Wow,
on the back
Stand
line.
United on the back line. Valnir killing off without any trouble. Greggy and Starboy, clearly AMA knows who is the threat right now. It is Starboy and Greggy taking out those 2 threats. That's it. And when they take it out, they have no damage. Great. They're just good at noticing which
Yeah.
is the high priority. It's not easy. It's not Extra Rice. Calma with the Zonias and the Solari. Why pick up a support item? What they lack is burst. And now,
Yeah.
OLFU contesting the Baron. Should they
Well,
contest it?
Well, I think that's not a good idea, even though that's
Yeah, they can't even contest it. That's going to be a Baron for AMA. That's going to help them rushing. With 2 members down, it is rushing for OLFU to lose the 2 members that deliver the most damage. And AMA picking up on that.
Yeah.
It just goes to show the strategy that's going on right now.
Well, right now you're a bit confused with the Solari pick, but well, I guess that the magic damage coming from the AP damage from Zack itself, Karma, and the bullet time. So
Yep.
I think it will really help them to survive. But yeah,
Yeah,
you
but
don't
I
have
don't- I
too
don't-
much damage.
Yeah, they don't have too much damage, but I don't agree with the Solar pickup.
Yeah, it's just
If-
that he can opted for the Crucible or the Ziki's Harbinger
Yeah, but we're still
for pure damage.
talking. Yeah, we're still talking about a mid laner. A mid laner picks up AP, you know, items, first item, technical axe, the Ramadan, Void Staff. If they wanted a Karma to build like that, they put her in the bot lane. That's
Yeah.
not something that they need right now. What they lack is burst. And
Oh.
who delivers the burst?
Oh, I see. So I'm getting
Yeah.
it right now. I thought you're thinking on the Nami Solari
Yeah.
or ano pala, on
The
Karma
Karma
Solari.
Solari. What they lack is burst. Who brings the burst? It's Starboy and Greggy. When they get deleted,
So
who
it
is left?
means
Yeah.
you're throwing away that Mantra inner flame.
Yeah, you're not using it properly. If you get, of course, the Karma, pick up the Solari, for what reason? It's answers to the Z. That's a good pickup. But is that something that also needs right now?
The last champion I know who created a support item but has the damage is
Ivern.
Oriana.
For me, it's
Yeah,
Ivern.
yeah, it's Ivern.
For
But
me, it's
Oriana
Ivern. Oriana
with
too.
the Mikael's, I know, not the Mikael's, the 18th Holy Grail.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, that's tolerable if you're putting in the shield.
Oh, that bullet time just shredding the HP, but Stand United combo. This is the repetitive pattern. AMA focusing on 2, Starboard and Greggy. Great pickup. That is so easy. You saw that they were
Oh,
very
the
low.
death mark.
Valnir on too easy. Will be going that? No, there is the shield from the Karma. There is going to be a complete destruction of their 2 inhibitors. AMA great job. I mean, they
Yeah,
know
this may... Oh wow, the flash stand in... I mean, flash
the
dash.
flash. This is just mostly clean up,
Shadow
double
dash.
kill. Kha'Zix getting the reset. It is a repetitive routine. Picking up Starboy and Greggy. After that, none of them are any threats. Giving Kha'Zix more room to roam. None of the members die. Giving AMA their victory for Game 5.
They were
Congratulations to
able...
AMA. Great strategy.
They were able to redeem themselves.
Yeah. From that second game, they've
Wow.
shown the strategy. They know who to target first. We've seen it. I mean, like, why go for the virus? Why go for the MF first? Why? Because they're the only
Threat.
they're the only threat. They're the only ones doing damage. Like Karma picked up a Zonias and a
Yeah,
Solari.
I'm not really sure why you opted for Solari, knowing that...
It's the answer to the Z. That's a good pickup, but is that something your team needed? So now here are the end game stats. It's painful. 0-6 on the top lane. Clearly, it shows that how Shen deals against the Jace.
Yeah, and right now you can see the damage. Yeah,
Oh wow, look at the damage on the Zed.
that's Valnir. On that said, 24k damage. And the next one will be the Varus Piercing Arrow. It's everywhere. It's just that they weren't able to capitalize on it because the Death Mark or the Assassins, even though Kurtzman has those sometimes mistakes or most of the mispositioning, the power of Valnir and also Lucian's RV was able to take down the opposing team.
And wow, AMA, great job in that game. I mean,
Was able to redeem.
yeah, redeem themselves strategy-wise, picking up high priority. It's always a pattern. It's constant. They know to always go first.
Yeah.
Even if there's like a messy team fight going on, they still know who to go first
Yeah.
when they're complete. Varus, then the MF. Great job on the Assassins too. There's two Assassins.
Yeah.
That's why they had a hard
And
time.
yeah, sobrang sayang lang nung Solari pick kasi wala namang 80 heavy sa kabilang team. That's only
Yeah, the Solaris shield proc, it won't do much against the Zed.
Yeah,
That's Thunderlord's decree and the lethality.
knowing hindi na kasi siya ganun kalakas tulad ng dati,
Yeah.
kaya sobrang mura niya ngayon, hindi siya good pickup. So,
I mean, it's a good pickup for if you're really gonna build maybe a redemption with it. We see Karma getting redemption and Solari. That's a support pickup. But what we saw was a mid lane Karma that you maybe should have picked up a Moria Molicon for that empowered Q that has great clear and poke damage. So guys,
Yeah.
wow.
at saka sayang lang din na naglagay ka ng mid karma pero hindi siya nag-off sa burst damage.
Yeah.
So, isipin mo, nahirapan na si Easy magka-items, nawala na yung power ng poke ng Shock Blast, and then tinanggal mo pa yung power ng Inner Flame, Mantra Inner Flame. So it means that you're really losing a good amount of damage relying on Starboy and MF support. And then, so, sino pang i-assassin ni Zed? Sino pang i-assassin ni Curse One? Andun na lang tayo mamata sa bot lane mismo na hindi rin ganun kaganda yung standing.
Yeah. So guys, there you have it. That was Game 5, OLFU against AMA, and with AMA backing that victory against, we know the name OLFU. They were the ex-champions in the previous splits. So let's see how they might come back from this defeat, and let's see how AMA will carry this momentum. We were your shoutcasters for this Game 5. I'm Vulcan, and joining me was Alpha. You watch the Lenovo LCL 2017 Spring Challenge. What you know. Cage for extra rise. Calvin is making it low. He's in kill range. Cursor is chasing him down. But here is the shot. Bullet range from Drake to slow him down. And now extra rise. All alone.
Oh, wow.
Top miss. Here comes Soren. Oh no! What's he gonna do? He's gonna die. There's the passive. Curse one is actually in a weird position. Did not expect the passive, but still. Extra rise. Oh, there it is. The stun from Lola on Calvin. He comes Soren, but still gets taken down, given Vanir. Here comes the tidal wave, he knocked it up, slowing them down, but the G's damage is there. The blue tide is also Reggie gets the kill with the curse one, he overcommitted.
Oh my god,
Bullet time onto Bimo, he does not take it down. Curse one is in front of MF. That's the price to pay for, underestimating their opponent. And now look at that, in the middle of everything. Lola.
Double kill!
Lola is fighting for his life, and what happens there? There's a piercing arrow that's secured the kill. That's something that Valmir assassinating Calvin pops the Dorius, relay his death. Valmir is still sticking around, kills him, and now Chain of
Oh,
Corruption.
wow.
Three-man Chain of Corruption at the bullet time. Valmir escapes with a pinch of his health. Here comes the re-engage. Stan United on the first one. They want to assassinate Extra Royce, missing that slingshot. Members are slow. The gate is on. Why is the gate there?
Stand United
Wow,
on the back
Stan
end.
United on the back end. Valmir killing off without any trouble. Greg and Starboy carrying AMA right now. It is Starboy again.
That's tolerable if you're putting the shield.
Oh, the bullet time just shredding the HP, but Stan United covered. This is the repetitive pattern. AMA focusing on blue, Starboy and Reggie. Great, the night so easy. You saw that
Oh, the death mark.
Valmir on to easy. Moving on down. Now there is still for the karma. There is going to be a complete destruction of the chemicals. AMA.
Yeah, this. Oh wow, the flash stand United.
Flash.
Like a
Dash.
dash.
This is just only a clean
Shadow
up, double
dash.
kill. Dash is in the reset. There is a resented routine. Picking from Starboy and Reggie. After that, none of them are getting red. Giving Dash and giving AMA their victory in game 5.
They were
Congratulations to
able-
AMA.